Yeah, hi students. The last class or in the last video, we covered radioactivity, radioactive decays. That is the types of or modes of decays we see. That is alpha decay, beta decay, gamma decay. And in alpha decay, we just observed what are the changes takes place in the parent nucleus while giving this alpha decay. And similarly, beta decay, in that how the parent nucleus changes, and types of beta decay also we seen. That is based on the emission or the process takes place during that electron may be captured, maybe it is emitted, or antiparticle of electron, that is called positron. So beta decay is also having the three types, right? We discussed, that is beta minus, beta plus, and it is electron capture, or sometimes it is also called as a K capture also, right? So these are the different modes observed in beta decay. That is the negative beta decay, positive beta decay, and you have that electron capture. Three types we are observed. And gamma decay. So gamma decay is especially observed whenever we can be having the energy changes for that nucleus can be takes place when that energy is radiated for that nucleus which is there unstable state in the metastable state. To become stable, it will be emitted the radiation in the form of gamma. That is called as a gamma radiation, gamma decay, right? So those are nothing but the types of decays where the radioactivity process takes place, right? And now here in this, what are the properties of these decays? So we discussed the definitions of respective alpha, beta, gammas, and their classification in beta also. Now we have the properties of these three respectively we can be discussed. So easily we can be comparatively we can be discuss these three, and also easily remember that just we can be write up all these three and we'll discuss one by one. That is here, first I'll write here alpha decay, right? And the next I'll write beta decay, and another one you have, it is a gamma decay. So in these three processes of decays, so what are the properties of these? Okay, that is we can be observed easily, comparatively we can be read. Right, this is alpha decay. So for alpha decay, you can be observed to be having the property is nothing but you just write the definitions for all respectively, you can be get the one of the property. That means here in alpha decay, the atomic number is reduced by 2, mass number is reduced by 4. In that process or the type of radioactivity is called as alpha decay, right? So I can write here definition itself, that is Z decreased by 2, Z decreased by 2, and mass number also decreased by 4. The type of radioactivity process is called as alpha decay, right? Similarly, coming to this beta decay, what are the changes observed in that atomic number and mass number? So here in this Z atomic number is raised by 1, increased by 1, and mass number is remains constant. It will not be altered. Okay, that is you can be observed, it is beta decay. So beta decay generally, that is emission of electrons we can be considered, not the types of beta decays. That is negative beta decay, positive beta decay, or electron capture, that is classification. But generally beta decay represents that emission of electrons from that radioactive nuclei. So that is where you can be observed that product nucleus will be, or daughter nucleus will be having the atomic number is raised by 1 and mass number is remains constant, it will not be changes. And what about here this gamma decay? In gamma decay, both A comma Z are does not change, remains constant. But what are the changes observed? There is a change in the energy, decrease in the energy for that daughter nuclei compared to that parent nucleus. So both are atomic number and mass numbers are same, but only the difference is they are having radioactive properties are different, and we can be having the type of decay is called as a gamma decay. Okay, that is the first one you can be write. And second property, so these are alpha particle, or this alpha decay is nothing but the helium ion, right? So it is a helium ion, it is a positively charged particle. Alpha particle is positively charged. And here beta decay is a emission of electron, it is negatively charged. And for this gamma decay, what is it say? Radiation, it is not a particle, right? It has no charge. No charge. Now third one. So alpha, it is a particle. It is also particle. And this one is, it is not a particle, it is a radiation. Right. And next one. Here we are observed it is a charged body. It is also charged body means particles. So when they are having the charge, when they pass it through any electric and magnetic fields, they can be deflected. Right. So now you can be observed here alpha particles are deflected in both magnetic and electric fields when they are passed through. Right. So here deflection in both E and B fields, electric and magnetic fields, when these alpha particles are passing through these fields. Same here also you can be get, because it is also charged body, charged particle. When a charged particle is passing through given electric and magnetic fields, that charged particle is getting deflected, experience of force, right? So here also it will be deflection. So deflection of beta decay, that is nothing but beta particle is nothing but negative charge electron, deflection in both electric and magnetic fields, E and B fields. And what about here? So gamma decay. So gamma is not at all a particle, it is a radiation and it has no charge. Even it is passing through any field, is there any deflection? No deflection at all. There is no effect on the gamma radiation by any fields, either electric or magnetic field. So here no deflection in both E and B fields. E and B fields. Right? Next, fifth one. If you observe that another property, whenever these are having the charge and energy, the velocity of this particle is about 10 power 6 meter per second. Velocity of this one is 10 power 7 meter per second. This is velocity of light, 10 power 8 meter per second. So the velocity is about 10 power 6 meter per second. Here velocity is about how much it is? 10 power 7 meter per second. So for this you can write the velocity is 10 power 8 meter per second in the order of. Next, sixth one. So when these alpha particles are having this much velocity, they can have the kinetic energy. With that kinetic energy, they are passing through any medium. The particles of the medium gets ionized. That means these particles can be having the property of ionization. So the ionization power of these alpha particles are very higher compared to beta particle, and with respect to the gamma particle still higher for this, highest for alpha particle, medium for beta particle, least for gamma radiation. That is ionization power of alpha particle is 100 times compared to the beta particle and 10,000 times compared to gamma particle. Similarly, this one is also having the ionization, but ionization is 100 times less compared to the alpha particle and 100 times greater compared to the gamma rays, right? And similarly, this one, gamma radiation will be having the ionization power is 100 times less compared to beta and 10,000 times less compared to alpha particle. So in that way, comparatively we can be study. So how much it is, what is that values will not be given. Just it is comparatively studies about these three radiations or the decays we can be observed. So here it is ionization power. So ionization power is how much it is? 100 times of beta and 10 power 4 times of gamma. Correct? And similarly here, when you come into this beta decay, the ionization power of the beta decay is 100 times compared to the gamma, but 100 times is less compared to alpha. So here you can write ionization power is 100 times of gamma and 1 by 100 times alpha. Similarly, this one it is a gamma decay or gamma radiation has the ionization power is 1 by 100 times of beta, 1 by 10,000 times of alpha. So here for this ionization power is 1 by 100 times of beta and 1 by 10 power 4 times of alpha. So ionization powers are less for where that velocities are or kinetic energies are more, because they will move faster through that given medium. When they are moving faster, the energy of that particles or that radiation cannot be absorbed by the particles of the medium, so that they cannot be get ionization much. So the ionization can be more absorbed for this alpha decay or alpha particle rather to the that gamma radiation. So ionization power of this alpha particle is highest and minimum is for that gamma you can be observed, right? Now go for this another one. Here ionization power I told. Now it is the penetrating power. That means they can have the kinetic energies. When they are having the high kinetic energy with these velocities, when they are moving 10 power 6, 10 power 7 and 10 power 8 meter per second is the velocities of the with that particles are moving or radiations are moving, they can have a high kinetic energy. With that high kinetic energy, when they are intersect or interact with the matter, they can even pass through certain thickness also. That is called penetrating power. So the penetrating power is the highest for gamma. That is 100 times related to beta and 10,000 times related to alpha, greater for that gamma particle, right? Least for alpha, gamma radiation, and for alpha particle has the penetrating power is minimum, gamma radiation has the penetrating power is maximum, right? So here penetrating power, penetration power. So penetration power is how much it is? 1 by 100 times less with respect to beta, or it will be compared to that beta, it is 1 by 100 times of beta it will be, and 1 by 10,000 times of the gamma, that is the penetrating power for alpha, right? So now I can write here this one, it is how much it is? 1 by 100 times of beta and 1 by 10 power 4 times of gamma. Okay, similarly when you come to this beta decay, here the penetrating power is 100 times compared to alpha and 1 by 100 times with respect to the gamma. So here penetrating power 1 by 100 times of gamma and 100 times of alpha. So this is what you can be having, this penetrating power. So here this one is gamma particle is having the highest one related to these three comparison. So it will be 100 times with respect to the penetrating power beta, and penetrating power of gamma is 10 power 4 times of that alpha. So here penetrating power is 100 times of beta and 10 power 4 times of alpha. So these are the properties we are observed, and still more you can be having the properties for this alpha, beta, gamma. So that I can put here over this talk. That is for these three only, alpha, beta, gamma. These three are having still more, that is 8th one and 9th one. This 8th, 9th are same for all three. That means when these particles are made or that radiation is made interact with any photographic plate, it can be affect the photographic plate. And once they are falling on the photographic plate, they can cause or produces fluorescence also. So that means here produces fluorescence, and affect the photographic plate. So these two properties are similarly you can be having for both beta decay as well as for gamma decay also. For beta decay, gamma decay also having the same, that is the last two. That is when these beta rays, beta decay or gamma radiation or alpha particle, when they are incident on any photographic plate, it will be affected and produces fluorescence. So produces fluorescence by all these three, and also effect the photographic plate by all these three. So these two properties are same for all these three decays we can be observed. So these comparatively easily we can be observed related to these properties of alpha, beta and gamma, right? So these three properties of for respectively we have these many number of properties we have, right? Comparatively easily we can remember. So this is a charge, it is also charge, it has no charge, it is a radiation, these two are particles. So how they will be affected when they are propagating through the any fields, either electric field or magnetic field, how they will be affected. So here if the charge is there, it will be affected. If there is no charge, it cannot be affected, it cannot be deviated, it can be passed along the same direction without changes, right? So like that we can be having the different properties for these alpha, beta and gamma, right? So just observe here definition and which has charge or not, and it is a particular radiation, and whether it will be charge, it is deflected in fields. If it is not a charged body, it is a not at all deflecting, right? Next, what is the energy of these particles related to their velocities? Comparatively we can be having here 10 power 6, 10 power 7 and there 10 power 8, and ionization power, penetrating power, and causes the, that is a photographic plate or affect the photographic plate and produces the fluorescence. So these are the properties for these respective decays we have, right? So in the last class, the last video we seen the alpha beta decay definitions and their classification. So what is the radioactivity? So that we seen, right? So now we seen or we discussed that properties of these decays, right? Okay. Now these decays are completed, that is alpha, beta, gamma. So what are the definitions and what are the classifications of the respective these decays, and what are the properties of these decays? Okay, that is we covered in this video and last video, right? And now you just observe little calculations or observations for these decays. So during the each decay, what are the observations you can be see or remember? That is, in these decays, alpha, beta or gammas or any nuclear reactions, the decays are goes on. Decays means decreasing. The number of nucleons in that nucleus will be goes on decreases until it will become as a stable condition, right? So up to that extent, the number of nucleons will be converted into radiation. That radiation will be coming out maybe in the particle or maybe radiation until and unless that nucleus will become stability, right? So that process is what is called as a radioactivity, right? And now in this, later just observe here. Later I am giving or an example, just I am giving here. You have this uranium 92 238, which undergoes both alpha decay and beta decays continuously. Successively it will be goes on, and at the end you can be having the lead plumbum, that is 82 and 214. You got this is stable, it will become stable. So in this conversion of uranium to lead, there are number of successive radioactivity process going on, that is alpha decay and beta decay continuously it will be takes place, and at the end you are getting a stable nucleus of lead, that lead isotope of 214, right? Now in this, how many number of alpha particles are emitted, how many number of beta particles are emitted? That is the question. Here this is unstable, it is a radioactive nucleus of uranium 238, which is unstable nucleus, which is converting into a stable, that is the formation of a lead nucleus, lead isotope we got. So during this conversion, you have the successive number of alpha and beta decays are takes place. So how many number of alpha particles are coming out? How many number of beta particles are coming out? During this conversion of unstable to stable nuclei, uranium 238 to lead 214. So you have to find out number of alpha particles and number of beta particles. So that is the question. So here this is what you can be observed. So the question is, find number of alpha, beta particles in above radioactive process. So this is what you can be having. This is a question, right? Like this, any question it is given. Just one example, what do we have here? So how to calculate this? First, you make the reaction of this one in terms of this nuclear reaction. That means what is the here that is a reactant we have only uranium we have. So write this nuclear reaction first. So that is the solution. In that I am writing here 92 238 is there. So here we got a stable nucleus of that is given in the question itself. So the Pb 82214. And what you are getting here, alpha particle and beta particle we are getting. So you write alpha particle. Alpha particle is nothing but what? Helium He24. So beta particle is nothing but what? Electron is emission, that is called beta particle. But these are, how many are there we don't know. Just to make this one is, let it be n number of alpha particle. This one we don't know, let it be m number of beta particle. Then you have to find out what is the n and m. Right? Just observe here the charge and mass conservation you see. Number of nucleons, mass number and charge conservation you just observe in this. Then here, what is the charge here? Number of protons, how many are there? 92. Here how many are there? 82 plus here n number of alpha particles are there. Means 2 into n. 2n. And here it is m into minus 1 minus m. So here you can write this one. It is the conservation of both charge and mass. That is mass number. We can be having here by conservation of charge and mass number. Conservation of charge and mass. We can write here it is 92 is equal to 82 plus 2n minus m. So bring this one to this side. That is, it will become as here it is 92 minus 82, it will be 10. So 2n minus m is equal to 10. Make it equation 1. We are compared this protons number. Again you compare this, equate the mass number also. Here how much it is there? For reactant side we have the 238 is equal to, here how much it is there? 214 plus here how many are there? 4. But how many alpha particles? N number. So n into 4, that is 4n. And here m into 0, 0 only. So no need to write. This one you bring this side, it will become as 238 minus 214 is equal to 4n. Right? So this is 8 minus 4 is 4. So it is 24 you can get, that is 4n. So n is equal to 6. So we got n. N is what is the n? Alpha particles. So the number of alpha particles we can get here it is in this reaction is how much it is? 6 alpha particles we can get. Just put that here it is n value. Get the what is m value. So this is make it a second one from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 you can add here it is 2n. 2 into 6 minus m is equal to 10. Right? Bring this one to this side, this one to this. That is here 12 minus 10 is equal to m. So that is nothing but 2 electrons are emitted. Beta particles are emitted 2, alpha particles are emitted 6. So therefore you can write here this is third. Therefore number of beta particles and alpha particles you can write. Therefore number of alpha particles is equal to 6. Number of beta particles is equal to 2. So this is just a simple observation we can be having. Any type of this type of successive alpha beta gammas are successive these alpha betas are emitted from any unstable radioactive nucleus to stable nuclei. During that the number of alpha and beta particles can be calculated just by comparing the or conservation of protons, that is nothing but atomic number, as well as this charge and mass number conservation. If you apply, then automatically you can get the number of particles, that is alpha beta can be calculated. Right? So this type of questions also you can be expected. Okay. So this is related to your alpha beta gammas radiations, that is the decays and radioactivity process, so that we are discussed. Right? Now we can be having this radioactivity. The process of radioactivity can be studied by knowing the rate of decay, means the rate of disintegration. How many number of nucleons are decaying per second? That is called disintegration per second, which is nothing but rate of disintegration, and also it is called radioactivity or simply activity. So activity is nothing but it is the process of radioactivity. How many number of disintegrations are took place per second is called as radioactivity or activity. Right? So now we can be observed that rate of disintegration, or after how many after some time how many nucleons are existing in that, how many are disintegrated, how many are decayed. So that type of calculations are there. We'll see those in the next video, right? Signing off.